Welcome to a new video from the Parts channel. Well, I'm going to make a short video, but I find it very interesting, so that you be very careful with this. A van with a 1700 CDT engine has been brought to the workshop with a broken turbo. The owner of this van bought it about 8 months ago. The person who sold it to him told him that the engine was fine and that the turbo had broken, and they had taken him to repair it. The turbo seems to be repaired, but it has come back to break. Why has it broken? Pay attention. These engines usually worn. If you look at the joints of the injectors, you can see that they are pulling oil on top. This is because this engine has an overpressure problem. The problem in these engines is that the PCV valve that goes in the rocker cover or valve cover, the problem you have is that these valves are usually clogged. When they sold you this van, they had cleaned the engine, they had cleaned it and everything was impeccable. But it had that fault, and that fault had not been solved. That fault was the one that caused the previous turbo to break, just like this one. There you can see that this turbo had already been repaired. Okay, but by continuing to have that overpressure problem in the engine, because what it does is that each turbo that is put on it, if this is not repaired, it will end up breaking them. But that overpressure in the engine will not only damage the turbos, that overpressure in the engine, it will end up damaging the cylinder head gasket, or it will end up damaging the cylinder head. It will end up damaging the crankshaft seals, the camshaft seals, etc. etc. Be careful with these things when you buy a vehicle, for example with this engine. Opening the oil filler cap, observe that there is no pressure, because if you see that it has pressure and it smokes a lot, you already know there is a problem. I already told you that these engines usually worn first, because what this overpressure does is that it pulls oil through the joints of the injectors. That is a warning that something is wrong there. You can see that the 4 joints were full of oil and the oil was coming out of there, and if that is not solved, the crankcase will also begin to inflate, and it will begin to leak oil from the crankcase gasket. Well, here you have this short video. If it has been useful to you, then do not forget to give a like and subscribe to the channel.